So Joe Burrow and the Bengals beat the Broncos in a wacky, crazy overtime game this past Saturday. I'm a Broncos fan, and honestly, both teams didn't deserve to win that game. But hey, the Bengals won it in the end. I don't even know how to summarize that game. Definitely entertaining, but both teams are just really kind of have their fair shares of issues to say the least. But with that win, the Bengals definitely have a chance at making the playoffs in the final week of the NFL regular season, which is pretty crazy if we really think about how slow they started the season. And the fact that they even have a chance in the final week is pretty crazy. Joe Burrow putting up MVP sort of stats this year. And if they win against the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Dolphins lose and the Broncos lose, the Bengals will be in the playoffs. Now, from my perspective, I want the Bengals to make the playoffs. I think they could actually go on a run just because Joe Burrow is that special. Joe Burrow, if the Bengals had a better record right now, I think Joe Burrow would maybe, just maybe, be the guy for the MVP award at the end of the year. Not saying he would have beat Josh Allen, but I'm telling you, it would have been a coin flip. So the reason why I want them to get in is because I don't think Denver is really going to do anything. I know hypothetically they have a chance to beat Buffalo. Denver actually beat the Bills in Buffalo in a primetime game a few seasons ago with Russell Wilson and Josh Allen and Sean Payton. So, you know what, man? It's definitely possible that they could play upset. Never say never, but I just feel like the Bengals will have a better shot to play upset. And I just think it's a little more exciting to watch Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and Chase Brown. Not to say Bo Nix and Marvin Mims isn't a fun time, but, we're talking about a MVP candidate being a 7th seed in the playoffs. I just think that's a cool story, and it's kind of like a Cinderella story, and I'm a sucker for Cinderella stories, Rocky Balboa-esque, and I would love to see it. A 7th seed coming back all the way from the brink, and who knows, maybe they could have a date with the Kansas City Chiefs. You never know. And that's another aspect of it too. When the Bengals made it to the Super Bowl, they beat the Buffalo Bills on the road in Buffalo in that snowy game. So they've done it once before. I feel like they could definitely do it again. And they're also one of the few teams to actually beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead. Of course, that AFC Championship game, double overtime, legendary game. Joe Burrow's a legend, man. I'm just a big Joe Burrow guy. I gotta be honest. Joe Burrow's probably my favorite QB outside of Jaden Daniels right now. So, but that's just me. You let me know if you agree with me. Do you think the Bengals have a better shot at playing upset over the Bills than Denver? I feel like the majority of people would agree with me on that. And who would you rather see in the playoffs? The Bengals, the Broncos, or the Miami Dolphins with Snoop Huntley, Tyler Huntley? I feel like I know the answer to that question too, but who knows? Maybe there will be some outlier opinions. Really curious about those. And from the Broncos' perspective, it's been an 8-year drought, the second longest drought an NFL team has. Of course, the longest drought is the New York Jets, 14 years of not making it to the playoffs. And you know what? For an 8-year drought, I want them to end the drought the right way. I don't want them to just get in the playoffs and then just get obliterated by the Bills. I want them to actually be a legit team. And I know in certain times this year they looked like a legit team, but at the same time, if they really were a good team, they would have beat the Chargers on the road. They would have beat the Bengals. They're just not that team. They don't have that killer instinct yet. I feel like the future is bright for Denver, but maybe Bo Nix's second year, third year, they'll be a legit threat in the AFC. They're just not that team this year. So I just want it to mean something to end an 8-year drought. But that's just me. And not only that, I just feel like going forward, when Bo Nix has this rookie contract, I really think we need to add as much talent as we can when we can. And of course, if they miss the playoffs, they would have a higher draft pick. Not a lot higher, but still, a higher draft pick is a higher draft pick. So that's just my perspective. A lot of people might call me a fake fan or whatever. I don't care. I don't care, bro. You should have seen the past 4 or 5 years of being a Broncos fan. Truly the most embarrassing times it's ever been to be a Broncos fan. So I don't care what you say or what you think. This is just what I feel and what I want. And if they do make the playoffs, yes, it's hypothetical that they could go on some crazy run like the Bengals. I just feel like it's more likely for the Bengals to actually be successful on that run. The Broncos defense has definitely slowed down the past 3-4 weeks. You know, Jameis Winston tore them up. Definitely did not look good against the Bengals as well. So in order for Denver to make the playoffs, all they have to do is win against the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, a lot of people are kind of split on this game. I've read a lot of comments on X and whatnot. And a lot of people think that the Broncos are going to choke away this game. Honestly, Denver's wearing their throwback uniforms. I feel like they're going to get the win. I feel like it's going to be a really good environment due to the throwback unis. All the fans are going to be really fired up. And not only that, the Chiefs have been the Broncos' kryptonite. Well, everyone in the AFC West has been the Broncos' kryptonite the past 5 years, but mainly the Chiefs. They really got robbed earlier this year. They really should have beat the Chiefs, but of course, last-second field goal blocked. So I feel like Denver, Sean Payton, Bo Nix, that whole team is going to be really fired up, and they're going to want revenge. I totally understand if you think Carson Wentz and company can get the win in Denver. It's definitely possible, but I just think that's kind of a lot to overcome. If you're Carson Wentz, you know, playing in that altitude, playing it in that hostile environment, trying to end an 8-year drought. Everyone knows that. Plus the throwback unis. It's going to be tough for the Chiefs. It's going to be tough, but it's possible. I'm excited to see it. I'm sure you are too. So let me know if you think Denver will choke away that game or not. And you let me know who you think has a better chance at beating the Buffalo Bills, because they essentially locked up the second seed in the AFC. And a fun little question as well: when do you think this game will be played in the wild card weekend? Do you think it's going to be the Amazon game? Do you think it's going to be the Monday night game? Do you think it's going to be the Sunday night football game? Curious to hear your opinion. I do think it's probably going to be the Sunday 1 o'clock game. I also wouldn't be surprised if it was the Sunday night football game. You let me know what you think, and if you made this far, please subscribe. It'd help out your boy a ton. That's all I got for right now. Peace.
It's a rough game out there. Avoid hits at all costs. Good job that time by the quarterback sliding before he takes the hit. First down at the 21. Over the middle and incomplete that time. It's second down now, right around 3 minutes remaining in the third. They'll go shotgun here. He had no time to get set. Sometimes on third and long from the defensive side, I like the fact that you can blitz. Send more guys than they can block. Make the quarterback throw the football quickly and short. Then it's all up to coming up and making the tackle. Jason Morrow makes the catch.
Holding. Defense.
The penalty is declined. That last play will hold up. The defense has got to be a little aggressive here. Your team is down. You've got to attack this offense. You don't want them to get in there and get another score. Force it across for the touchdown. At
toughest point in the game midway through the third. That touchdown has them on the brink of putting this game away.
Man, they're starting to put their mark on this game, Jim, and you just got to be careful. Don't let it get away from you right here.
The Jets offense taking the field again. They got everything they could out of that last possession, Phil. That was a solid touchdown drive.
Yeah, just look at them, Jim. The way they run onto the field, you can see they're exuding